what it is. Every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not a fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
Perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
Know how they all get rich, most politicians and their friends and family, both left and the right. This is how, and they all belong in jail no matter how pretty they look.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share, with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from. That has been extremely effective.
Ask you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes. We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. It's just hard for me to believe, knowing the president, as I do, that you said, Mr. President, here's some ads I've cut, and I'm going to spend $220 million running them, that he would have agreed to that. My research shows that you did not bid them out, that you pick, in fact, one of the people you picked, the strategy group, Safe America Media was a company formed 11 days before you picked them, and that the strategy group got most of the money, and the head of that is married to your former spokesperson. Look, we all have friends who are qualified. I'm not quibbling with that. It troubles me. A fifth to a quarter of $1 billion of taxpayer money when we're scratching for every penny and we're fighting over rescission packages. I just can't agree with Madam Secretary. Are you still running those ads?
No, Senator, I did not have anything to do with picking those contractors. No politicals at the Department of Homeland Security did.
I understand. Are you
Career
still running
officials
those
followed
ads?
the competitive bid process for
Are you
that.
still running
Everything
those
was,
ads?
I think the ads are due to end here in March, I think within a week
So
or two.
they
I'm
are
not sure of the
still running?
update. The one that is running is focusing on angel families. Have you seen that? It is the one that's talking about this is our why. This is why we work every day.
Okay.
It's for the angel
I've gotta
families
move
and their
on.
victims.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're gonna keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Greg Mars.
I'm Lamb Chop.
I'm Kamal.
And tonight on the new party, we have Lamb Chop back in the building. I don't know. Where's the sound effects?
Hold on, goddamn it.
And excited to have him. It is a night of fellas. I think this is more like the man cave tonight. I'm the only lady. Uh-oh.
How is Enzo late?
I don't know. So I'm about to ask you.
We were just throwing hands. So like all of our blood pressures are coming down right now.
I understand, but it's going to be a chill night. We got the chillest Democrat in the whole world here tonight, and we have Kamal. So it's going to be an easy night for you guys. But I don't know. We're going to have to call Kristi Noem to the front of the imaginary congregation. Kristi Noem, you got fired, they said. I don't know. She's now been reassigned to a new role, described as special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. This came after weeks of alleged affair allegations. Gray, tell us about her and Corey Lewandowski.
Okay, so basically what people are accusing her of, I'm pretty sure you'll play the clip, is that she was having an affair and using government funds. The plane that they were using that was supposed to be taking people that were arrested by ICE and flying them places actually had a bedroom inside of the plane. And that's what they confronted her with. And literally her husband was sitting right behind her when she was confronted.
Yeah, we'll get to
I
that.
didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I just knew. Listen, I like right briefly when we ended the live today, I saw like Corey Lewandowski is also like rumored to leave DHS. I was like, what is happening? Are we just like cleaning house? I had no idea that there was an affair.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So yeah, I will play it. I wasn't gonna go in this direction, but Gray told me I had to. So blame Gray. Here we go. This is like a TikTok on it because it's really hard to find like the juicy details on X, and that's where I usually get my clips from. Here we go.
You said, "Can you explain this?" And she was like,
"Explain this."
She thought about all the times that she pegged Corey Lewandowski looking out of the sunset and shit.
Looking at a picture of an interior, looks like a bedroom.
Luxury jet with a bedroom in it.
Yeah, we used a 7-3.
He's talking. He's like, that's her husband right there. That's they
He looks like fucking Marty Bird.
Yo, you think he's a cuck, or do you think that like he's just like humiliation ritual, or you think? Dude,
Sir,
look at
I'm-
her face. You said, "Can you explain this?" And she
Yo. They're just dragging her. I don't know what to say. You can't really find them on X. So Elon, you doing a good job hiding that because I didn't see that anywhere. Lamb, you were here on time. You said you didn't know about this. So why does MAGA and Republicans not know about this? Is it not true? Is it a lie? What's your thoughts?
I just listen. As I'm sure y'all know, my head has been so far up the Iranian conflict's ass that I really don't even know what's happening domestic at the moment. Listen, this doesn't shock me. Like these things happen. If they were using like government resources to do this behind the back, is wild work. And if that's why she got fired, it makes sense why she got fired so quickly. Because, like, I'm sure as most conservatives, like, we've always had the conversation, like, if somebody's going to, go down from the Trump administration, the first person that's going to go down is going to be Pam Bondi without fail. It's like, it was like, okay, yeah, Kristi Noem is maybe, like, there, but, like, it was Bondi that was always, like, the first one to go. But this, I mean, it makes sense. Like nothing shocks me in the political world anymore. Like getting on a fucking government plane with a bedroom while your husband's on the plane is absolutely dirty work.
Well, allegedly, they're saying that she had an ongoing relationship with a longtime Trump advisor who was working closely with her at DHS. Reports and a book claim the two had a long-running romantic relationship while both were married to other people. Lewandowski reportedly had unofficial influence inside the Department of Homeland Security, acting like a de facto chief of staff. Yeah, it's not looking good for her. This is a clip that I'm sure the Democrats that are watching tonight will like. This is her and Adam Schiff.
Just a coincidence that $143 million subcontract went to the husband of your press person, also someone that Corey Lewandowski, one of your special government employees, worked with extensively. So that was all a coincidence, right? Because you had no knowledge of this, no
Media
involvement,
company that
and none of
gets
the
the
people around you
contract,
had any involvement.
the ability to
So
choose the
taxpayers should just
subcontractors.
assume
We
this
don't
is
weigh
a
in
coincidence.
on who subcontractors are. There's not a legal process for us to determine what subcontractors are a part of a contract
So can
that
you-
goes out
can
for a
you
competitive
state-
bid.
can you state
And
for the
only
record-
career employees at
excuse me,
DHS were in on the
Can you
choosing of
state
those
for
media
the record
contracts.
then that neither you nor Mr. Lewandowski nor your press secretary married to the husband of the person who got this $143 million
We were not
contract.
a part of the
Can you state for the
decision-making.
record that none of you that I've just described had any role, played any part, made any communication with any government agency that was involved in deciding who would get that contract?
To the best of my knowledge, none of us were involved in deciding who got those contracts
Not
for the media
deciding, but
campaign.
were any of you involved in advocating, communicating, or expressing a
Not to my
preference
knowledge,
in any
Senator,
way
not to
with
my
the government?
knowledge,
Excuse
Senator.
me. Let me just finish the question. Were any of you involved in any way in communicating, expressing a preference in any form, manner, verbal, written, with any government agency that was involved in the contracting
The
process?
same process was followed for that contract that is
You're
for
not
all
answering
media
my question.
contracts that have gone forward. To my knowledge,
Yes or no?
there was no involvement whatsoever of anybody that is on the political appointee side of this position and that media contract.
So before Kamal talks, Kamal, there's also a blanket plane incident. So they're saying there's a controversy involving a government flight. Lewandowski, her side piece, reportedly tried to fire a Coast Guard pilot after Noem's heated blanket and belongings were left on another aircraft. The pilot refused to return to retrieve them because of operational rules. Lewandowski allegedly threatened flight crew members' jobs over the situation. This incident fueled accusations that DHS leadership was abusing authority and behaving unprofessionally. What is your thoughts as the most apolitical person on this panel?
Fannie Willis ain't got nothing on this woman. God damn. So she using the taxpayer dollars to get some side dick? That's all I heard. She using our money to get some side D. Hey, fellas, we got to stand up on this. You feel me? We won. The women tricking on us now. Tricking on us heavy. Hey, that's all I'm seeing from this. You feel me? But did she really get fired? Because some people are saying she didn't get fired, and some people are saying I'm kind of confused on that.
She got a new job in Florida. They said
She got demoted.
She got demoted.
When you go from the head of Homeland Security to what she's doing now, that's a demotion.
She got demoted. She's about to go live her best life in fucking South Beach. Let's be real.
Damn. Whew. I mean, I guess. Hey, fellas, we winning out here. Women tricking on us. Don't believe none of these women that say they don't spend no money on men. We see it firsthand right here, y'all.
That's hilarious. Well, this next clip, she goes and explains who's taking her position, and then I'll let Enzo get in here.
It also includes CBP, ICE, CWMD, which is countering weapons of mass destruction. So some of you may have gone through some of those trainings to help us detect some of the threats here in our homeland, and also some of the trainings that it takes as far as responding to fires and 911 calls in different specific situations. We have intelligence agencies. We also cover FEMA. FEMA is a disaster response agency, but it also is the agency that's entrusted to run the government on our very worst day. If we had a tragedy in this country where we needed someone to step up because our leadership was not able to.
And so the other controversy surrounding this is the $220 million DHS advertising contract. During congressional hearings, lawmakers grilled her over a massive government advertising. They're saying that it was an ad promoting her as she appeared to them. Questions were raised about whether the contract was properly bid and if it was essentially taxpayer-funded political messaging. What is your response and your thoughts on all of it?
My thoughts on Democrats complaining about money going to things is idiotic, to be honest. These congressional hearings are just all performative. Democrats spend money on ridiculous things all the time, ridiculous ad campaigns, sending it to far left organization groups to protest ICE, to protest DHS, to do anything. So complaining about money going to an ad campaign for recruitment for DHS is just completely idiotic in my eyes. And it just, here's the thing about it with Congress, we can go through all these senators, all these Congress people, left versus right. They probably spent money on ridiculous things, taxpayer money, but no one's going to talk about it because they write the rules and then they execute on those rules. And it's just like an unwritten thing that people just don't literally, that's what's going on here. That's my eyes with it. I think it's just stupid. I think Kristi Noem was just a sacrificial lamb in this bullshit to actually open the government. And now the Democrats are showing their hand that they're not going to uphold their end of the deal. They got what they wanted. Now DHS is still unfunded. Boo-hoo. Democrats being Democrats.
Damn. Well, this last clip is a little bit of a ha-ha funny. I'm playing this for Gray. He told me to. Gray, are you sad about Kristi Noem?
First off, I would never pick a video like that, so don't be trying to put that on me. That's number one. No, I felt like Kristi Noem wasn't qualified for the job anyway. I felt like Kristi Noem was trying to act like this was like how they said with the ads promoting herself. I'm not surprised she did that. When I saw her out with Dr. Phil and them doing the footage of getting people, I'm like, is this the new Cops 2.0, or is this actual government enforcement? So no, I don't feel bad with what's going on with Kristi Noem. I put in the chat, Trump is already coming out saying he doesn't want mass deportations, and that he basically is saying that the illegal immigrants here are hard workers and good people. And he said that, oh, we're going after the murderers. If you murder someone and you're a legal immigrant, 95% of the chance you're going to get deported. So him saying that is just like they're going to stop mass deportation. So I think that they're doing a complete 180. And so they fired Kristi Noem so they can start doing a different type of organizational structure at ICE.
Okay, so do you think this hurts or helps Trump in the midterms now that he has let her go?
What I saw X was MAGA saying, oh, 59% of people wanted this, blah, 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 blah. The mainstream people in the middle probably helps him because it's like, okay, 2 people got killed. She's gone. We could put the blame completely on her, and she just gets all the blame. And then Trump them can just completely start over. But that guy they just put in charge, he got tried to get in a fight at a congressional hearing. So they're already attacking the replacement that took her spot. Or he was trying to get in a fight. He challenged the guy to a fight.
Everybody on the right, this is what I'm saying. Deportations are way down. The left is even acknowledging it. We are losing. We are losing. The left gets their way with everything. There's no mass deportations. This sucks. I hope whoever this guy is can get them up and out of here. Get them out of here. Adios, muchachos and amigos and amigas and all the friends around the world. However you say friends in every other language. Bye-bye. Come on, what you think? Has there been enough deportations for you?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been seeing the numbers of deportation because I basically live in baby Mexico, so it wouldn't make no fucking difference to me. I'm so close to the goddamn border, it don't even make a difference, right? So I'm not noticing no goddamn difference of the deportations, but I'm hearing them shits is not popping like how Obama had it popping. Obama was deporting the fuck out of motherfuckers, man. He was doing it on a slide tip though. He was real smooth with it. Trump, man, hey, bro, you're gonna have to boost it up, bro. You feel me? Cause the numbers is coming out real low, bro. God damn.
Well, hello, Kimberly. You've decided to grace us with your presence. Did you like to comment on Kristi Noem?
Yes, I had to step in. Do I look swollen? I just had 2 wisdom teeth taken out.
Yes.
Yeah, you look
like
a little
in bed.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, she had to leave, but they're not going to put anybody better in her place. It's not going to be maybe a little bit more organized or more like well thought out. But so far, the plans with the deportations have all just been for show because they're not mass deporting anybody. And I'm here really just because I joined the live and I was like, they need a lefty on here. That's because Gray doesn't talk a lot. But when it comes to the
Thank
issue
you
of
for
immigration,
proving my point. They are not deporting. Thank you.
they're not doing mass deportations. Damn, I look so ugly. I'm so sorry, guys.
If you
What
want, you
would
can
be
continue.
hold on? What would be mass deportations then? Because I think 3
And
million
not
in a
these
year
numbers.
is
Not these numbers.
we've deported 3 million people.
Didn't he break
Obama deported 3.5 over 8. We've had 3 in 1 year.
It's mostly for show. It's not as efficient as it should be, and
The majority of it is self-deportation. So how can it be efficient?
well,
They're electing to leave.
it is the most successful.
Yeah,
That's why you
that's what
get
I'm
even
saying.
with like in terms of policy, like Democrats don't differ much from Republicans, but it's the rhetoric that really deters illegal immigration and also the self-deportations. That's what's most effective for sure.
That's the
But
point.
well, I think the way that they've done it is really just been more divisive, and it hasn't helped, as you can see with the whole. It ended up with Kristi Noem getting freaking forced out. So, I mean, there's really not much
Yeah,
to
I mean,
defend on that.
Obama's record was what, 635K for
No,
deportation?
that's not true.
Just straight deportations. I thought
No, for a single year.
For a single year record, I swore. Hold on, let me.
2016 was the most.
I thought 2016 he had 635K.
Yeah.
What? Oh, let me.
I don't have the.
Also, Nora,
the
I don't know if
numbers.
you're aware, but your cam keeps like randomly freezing.
Yeah.
It's because I'm
Everybody-
going on the other screen.
Oh,
But the
okay.
most-
DHS sets the stage for another historic record-breaking year under President Trump, dated January 20th, 26. On November 5th, 2024, blah, 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 that's when he came in. In President Trump's first year back, nearly 3 million illegal aliens have left the United States because of Trump's administration's crackdown on illegal immigration, including 2.2 million self-deportations and more than 675 formal deportations. In the last year,
So why they say we're not deporting people?
Do you think that the self-deportations and the? Go ahead.
I think it's because of self-deporting. People probably ain't taking it from.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
ask this though. Didn't he say he was gonna give them some type of money if they self-deport?
Yes, 2K.
Okay. Is that happening?
I think there has to be they get it proof upon like airline ticket and like them leaving, and then they deposit it.
They check it. They check it on the app.
Yeah.
Their home country. So
They have
it's
to like upload like their plane
Right.
tickets. They have to upload like
And
proof of their yeah.
Okay,
Iron
I have
Cowboy, hold
que-
on. Let me
Go ahead.
think. Iron Cowboy. Iron Cowboy, you are a fan of the show. We love you. Shout out to Enzo and Lamb and the whole new party crew, minus the Democrats.
Stan
So sorry.
Cajun.
Oh, and please use this $10 to get Skeptic debating lessons at Enzo School of Laring. Okay, go ahead, Boo.
I was gonna say, do you think that the self-deportations and the deterring of, well, my tongue is getting more numb. The deterring of further illegal immigration is worth the backlash and all the negative,
No,
all the bad stuff that has come from, or what do you guys think about the Kristi Noem situation?
I think that the entire ICE situation could have been handled better. It could have been more organized. Obviously, there was obviously multiple like issues of disorganization. I think it would also helped if states were maybe assisting at the level that they should have been. Right. Obviously, if your state, like your local PD, should be the one like controlling that scene, like. We shouldn't have to double the amount of like ICE or DHS officials in a state just to be able to control a scene while handling a deportation. I think that's very inefficient. I think, listen, I don't know what Democrats think y'all are getting with Markwayne Mullin, but in case y'all don't know about Markwayne Mullin is a good old boy. He is a ranch hand. He is an undefeated MMA fighter. That boy does not fuck around. Y'all thought, listen, it's just gonna the heat is getting cranked up a smidge. Markwayne Mullins is gonna come in there. Now, I will say I hope that Markwayne Mullin does get things more organized. I think he is a better communicator. I think he is a much better communicator than Kristi Noem ever was. One of my biggest gripes with Kristi Noem is that she just said shit before like confirming things with multiple on-ground sources. Obviously, it was prevalent with the Nicole Good and Alex Preddy situation. I hope that he is able to organize ICE and DHS as a whole more efficiently. He obviously has strong relationships with other senators and state. Hopefully, they can have some kind of understanding where we don't have a situation like Minnesota get out of hand again, where they can go in like they're normally supposed to, work with the local PD, get whoever's supposed to get out of the jails that were supposed to be out of the jails, get them out, and then get these warrants done and have local PD assist how they're supposed to, and then get out of the state.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with anything you just said.
Yeah, like this is how it should be working, but unfortunately we have states like Minnesota that want to do like sketchy shit like signal chats and all this stuff, which that needs to be a whole separate investigation. But like I feel like if you're going to be a state and you want ICE to be in your state as little as possible, cooperate with them, give them the local PD assets that they need, so we're not out here dumping 4,000 officers into a single state. And then once those assets are done and everybody who that we need to arrest off that list is gone, get the fuck out the state.
With regards to like these deportations,
She trying to go to the Iran. Sorry.
Yeah, we moving this train along. We talked about Kristi Noem. Guys, definitely we are going to start doing debates Sunday nights. We definitely got to probably get Kimberly on one, talk about immigration. So we're going to move on for now, and we're going to hit the next topic of the night. 98% of MAGA still support Trump on Iran strike. So let's break this down and see what this means. This is why we brought Lamb to defend all the Iran stuff. Something happened this week, though, despite that still support. Let me play this clip and we'll talk about it.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
Sir. Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand. A sitting U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Sir. Control your Senate. Arm stuck in the door. Okay, sir. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Hand stuck. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward. Punk. Yeah, go fuck yourself. What do you say? Senator? Go fuck yourself. You were a shit seal. That's why you got kicked out. Fat ass.
Everybody sit down, please. Sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please.
I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please. Is your hand okay? Okay. No, it's not.
This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Just pull it out.
This is disgusting.
So, Gray, before you kick it off, I want to give backstory. Protester Brian McInnes interrupted Senate hearing, blaming Israel for Iran conflict. Senator Sheehy and police involved in removing him. As you can see, when they removed him, they broke his hand. He is a former Marine, and he was protesting Israel strikes on Iran. Vowed on Thursday to continue his campaign for the U.S. Senate as a Green Party candidate. What is your thoughts on his protest? Do you think this affects Trump's base or Trump in the midterms, I should say, and the Republicans' chances of controlling?
Well, a Republican senator beating up a veteran, breaking a limb, I think, doesn't look good. They already have issues with the VA where they were trying to like make the disability that they get be that if it isn't treated that you don't get compensation for that. So they're already making massive mistakes with veterans. As far as MAGA and Republican Party as a whole, I don't see how MAGA is not burning down the streets because Trump basically is saying that he's fine with illegal immigrants now. Trump posted on Truth Social that children can now get surgery for their privates. And he said he edited it, but the way that it was said, it doesn't seem like that was a mistake. Trump got us in another war. Everything that it seems like MAGA actually wanted Trump seems to be doing the opposite. Now, Trump may be the most liberal president in history from the looks of it. So with me, I don't see why MAGA's not protesting, because when Joe Biden was a corpse in the office, we were supposed to go pull him out from the White House. We kicked him off the campaign, but Trump is actually going against policies that MAGA wants, and MAGA's not doing anything. But we were told to get rid of Joe Biden just because he was having Alzheimer's.
Damn. Well, Enzo, what's your response to that? Do you think this affects the base? What do you think?
That one dumbass Marine went to a congressional hearing in his full dress blues, violating UCMJ, as well as was seen outside waving there's another video of him waving a Palestinian flag while in his dress blues too, just being a fucking idiot. No, I don't think that affects the American base whatsoever, because again, nobody can tie this entire war to Israel, that Israel is the one who's doing this. No, because when you actually look at things outside of a microscope and say Israel, you understand that 47 years, Iran has been the biggest issue in the Middle East. Everybody wants to cut off funding to Israel altogether. Okay, cool. Let's cut off all the funding to the Middle East. $150 billion a year. Let's cut off all the funding. And hold on, why do we fund all these Middle Eastern countries? Oh, wait, Iran. Because Iran has been attacking every single country in the Middle East now for 47 years. This is why we got in alliances with countries in the Middle East. They've been attacking for 47 years, and this is why we give $150 billion to Middle Eastern countries every single year for protection. Cool. Let's go in there. Let's cut the head off the snake. Get rid of the Ayatollah. Get rid of the entire administration that is there. Let the Iranian people be free and not actually have a genocidal fucking regime in there, as well as cripple our two biggest adversaries, as in China, as well as Russia, with the oil that flows from Iran to those two countries. This is bigger than Israel. When you look at things outside the microscope, you see all of this.
I want to play one more clip, and then I'll get Kamal and Kimberly in there. This clip right here is backstory on the Marine that got kicked out. Let's watch.
Hey, I'm going through mental trauma. I'm not trying to broadcast this for sympathy. I know there's plenty of other people. I would rather keep this to myself and just try to move forward. I do wear my feelings on my shoulders or a heart on my sleeve. But since I know many other people are probably struggling with mental trauma from whatever reason, and me specifically from the Gaza genocide and my military experience and participating in atrocities at the bidding of the American government and the American military, and now coming to terms with now all the noise stopping and slowing down, and my having children and seeing and now remembering what I've done, it just haunts me. And so I'm just here trying to help for educational purpose anybody else who might have this problem. For years and years, I just thought PTSD was an enigmatic problem. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know if I had it or not. They said people who were veterans would have it. And I was like, I don't know if I have it. What is it? I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't think I'm depressed. Am I depressed? And through lots of self-searching and therapy and, trying to deal with and figure out what my life is, bad marital relationship, bad relationships past that, just my own personal issues. I think everybody has their own issues. I've come to terms and understand, and the genocide has really brought it home, because when the genocide started on October 7th, I knew Palestine was the victim all along, and that Israel was the lying, deceitful perpetrator of false flag events to continue legitimizing, justifying their horrible track record of military occupation and torture of the Palestinians, and deliberately trying to fool the American public so they can keep their funding coming from America and milk us dry for all of our money. And Netanyahu himself has said he wants to, suck us dry and partition us and sell us off to the world. So just know that. That's what Netanyahu's plan is, and he's in America again talking to Trump. The Epstein files are legit. I don't know if you're paying attention to them, but anyway, I'm going through self-trauma. And it's surfacing as, you know, depression. Or isolating myself. I don't want to talk to anybody. My relationships are falling in on themselves, and I don't have the energy to, just like facilitate repair of those relationships right away. There's pressing issues I have to deal with, and my relationships are a part of that. And
I couldn't take anymore, Kamal. I hope you've seen enough to respond. What's your thoughts?
I mean, he most definitely going through some shit because this nigga was all over the place. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about after a while. What type of protest was he doing though? That I'm like, was he
He's
going
protesting against, because at the time they were voting, they were about to vote to continue the strikes on Iran. So he's protesting that from happening.
So he went in there just talking shit, basically, and then he didn't comply, and he got his arm snapped the fucking half. That's basically what happened.
Correct. And let me say this: I'm assuming that the Senate is similar to a federal hearing. When I went to the Diddy trial, they don't play any games when you're in federal proceedings. You cannot talk. Enzo, even when we were in the overflow room, you cannot talk. You can leave and come and go as you please, but you have to leave and come and go peacefully, and you can't have outbursts. So there are rules to all of this, and you have to honor it. And the marshals do not play. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like bro knew that shit or whatever, and he just wanted to make a spectacle. Well, here you go, nigga. You got clout. There you go. Better use your clout wisely, I guess. You know what I mean? But I mean, he going through something because he was talking. He was all over the goddamn place. I didn't know. After a while, I even was getting confused. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Please land the plane. God damn. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, if he protesting like that, I mean, what they always tell us Black Americans, comply, right? Nigga, you should have complied and left out that room. You know they was going through some federal stuff. Just saying.
Kimberly, why should we care about this protester? I mean, I appreciate his service as a Marine, but what's your thoughts on it?
I believe in civil disobedience to prove a point. I believe in the right to people's right to protest, even if it goes against the rules of decorum in the courthouse. Fuck decorum. Two things. I don't like posting about my personal life, and I think, you know, for the most part, people should heal like on their own, because when you show your vulnerabilities like this, then you know you're an easy target. You're putting your personal life out there, then people are going to attack you for your personal life. If you want to keep your personal life personal, then don't put it out there, right? On the other half of that is he clearly was going through something. I look at that and I see somebody who wanted to make a statement, and he did. Did he do it for attention, or did he do it like, I think he was more like selfless, regardless of if he was going through something or not. And I also see a system that fails veterans. I see it with my landlord all the time. He's always having issues with the VA. He's always calling me to complain about the freaking VA. He's a combat Vietnam War veteran. He's really old, and they're still not helping him out as they should. He has to go to Tijuana sometimes. Oh, like where I'm at right now, to get some dental work done, because it's so bureaucratic. Sorry, my mouth is swollen. And complicated. The whole process is convoluted, really, to even just get seen. So I think that trauma is what makes us more empathetic to one another. I have trauma. I don't know if anybody else here has trauma. I have trauma. You won't see me posting about it, but that's what, you know, connects us on a human level. So I empathize with him. I'm sure he's going through something. I hope he finds the help that, even if he was being even if he was interrupting. Like I said, I believe in civil disobedience to prove a point, and I'd be saying it if it was somebody that I disagreed with who was making a statement for something that I don't agree with.
Well, he also is very pro-Palestine. He wears the I don't know, the scarf. Let me play this clip.
I love Palestine. Yeah.
Hey, if you think the Free Palestine movement promotes hate, you're wrong. Please take it from me, an American veteran, Brian McGinnis. It's not. I am genuinely speaking up for Palestine.
A hero.
Palestinians have been oppressed militarily for 77 years, and it is wrong. That's the true direction of hate here, is that the state of Israel is hating the Palestinians and is killing them and brutally terrorizing them for years and years and years. And now they're turning around and acting as if they're the victims and they're the ones that are experiencing hate. Just know that the Kafia and the Free Palestine movement are not a hateful group. We are standing up for justice, and don't believe the lies. That's just my plea to you. I'm not a devious person. I am a genuine person, and this is the truth. My family's Palestinian. They are great people. They harbor no hate. They are very loving. And so just please don't believe the lie that the Free Palestine movement is a hateful movement. Okay? Please, for me and for justice, for reality. Okay? Love, peace, free. Love y'all. Free Palestine.
A hero. I love it.
Lamb, I want to get you in here. Are you a Zionist like Enzo? I just want to make sure I'm calling you correct.
I listen. I support Israel. I think they are the lesser of the many evils when it comes to the Middle East. I mean, I don't really think there's anybody in the Middle East that has a moral high ground or that are good people, right? The UAE has a history of bombing a school bus full of children. Saudi Arabia has a history of doing horrible things to women. We can go on and on down the line. I don't think there's anybody in the Middle East that has a moral high ground. I think when it comes to a country in the Middle East, I think Israel is definitely one of the more stable, other than probably Saudi Arabia goes, when it comes to an allyship. And when it comes to an allyship, especially when it comes to the military side of things, you have to have stability, and not every Middle East country has that. I mean, again, if we want to go morality, we have skeletons. Everybody's done horrible things. I am pro-Israel, but I think the Israel-Gaza thing is a horrible situation, no matter how you cut it. Like, it's people dying on both sides. I have people in Israel that I am friends with. I know people who are in Palestine that they are friends with. Like, it's a horrible situation.
Kimberly, where'd you go? Oh, sorry.
But when it comes down to like a strict allyship, yeah, I am pro-Israel because they are the most stable in that region.
I'm here. I was like, okay, you lost signal. So Kimberly, he said that to say pro-Palestine is not evil. Why is it not evil in your opinion, to you? And what do you think about what Lamb said about Israel being, being respectful, Kimberly? Remember, we talked about this censoring. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's an equal playing field? Lamb has compared both sides, which is, I'm not countering it myself personally, but what's your thoughts on the video that you saw?
Sorry, I was getting a medical pass trying to cross over the border, but so there's just so much to unpack. But no, it's not hateful to be pro-Palestine. It's pro-humanity. You're just for people who are being oppressed and obliterated, and they've said that. Don't take my word for it, take their word for it. They literally say that. I think that this whole Zionist movement, the whole Armageddon movement, the excuse that it's a religious reason, it's not all true. We're all just pawns, and any one of us can be wrong. I also want to say I'm not disrespectful. I respect everybody's opinion. One of the closest people to me in my life is an Israeli Zionist Jew, and I love him, and I love all people. But at the end of the day, Israel are not victims. They're the bullies. They're the ones going out wreaking havoc. They're the ones bombing other countries. Iran has shown many restraint, many over the years. They did not want a war. They've said they don't want a war. They literally begged us not to. But we folded their arm backwards and forced them into the situation that I hate. And the UAEs are friends. So yeah, I agree that the UAE's they're not good people. A lot of the Gulf states that are our friends are not good people because, well, I mean, there's like a whole other conversation to be had there about the Middle East and who our friends are and who our friends are not. But it also differs between the populations and the governments, what the opinions are about what is happening with Palestine. And their ultimate goal is to take over the land. They have said it themselves that their plan is for greater Israel, which includes Gaza, which includes the West Bank, which includes Lebanon, includes parts of Syria, which they're already occupying. And the problem with that is not, like I said, a religious argument or even economic or strategic argument. It's really more a moral argument. Right makes might, or use of force, means that we have to kill people, and the price of killing people is our own moral compass, like our humanity. Like, that's my argument, is our humanity. But it's also illogical. There's no logical argument for the defense of Israel, and there's no even economic argument for the defense of Israel, because it's not just the money that we give them every year, it's the money that we put into all of these wars, which is trillions of dollars. It's the majority of our debt, and it makes us less safe. It's why people hate us. They don't hate us because we're free. They hate us because we're the ones bombing the shit out of them. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I can love all people, and it's not hateful to say that you're for Palestine. I would take a bullet for that cause. There's been so much death, so much destruction, and at this point, anybody who doesn't see that, who doesn't understand it, I mean, it's just illogical and it's immoral.
Can I add something to
Yeah,
this?
you can add something, and I was gonna get you anyways. We'll go ahead.
Cool. So my thing with this whole Palestinian Israel fiasco, war, genocide, whatever you guys want to call it nowadays, that's going on is, all of us here agree that Hamas is bad, right?
Yes, I condemn Hamas. I also condemn the IDF.
Hamas is the ones who's governing Palestine, right?
Only because the Likud party and Benjamin Netanyahu
just a
eased
yes
the
or no.
funding of
That's
that party because it was a militant party over 18 years ago. They didn't want the Palestinian Authority to win because they weren't a militant.
That's fine.
Benjamin
It's just a yes
Netanyahu
or,
was
it's
caught in a
just
hot
a
mic
yes or
and he
no.
said that this is why they were doing it. So yes,
All right, so
that
it's
is
just a yes
who
or no. That's
rules it. It's been for 18 years. They haven't had any elections. They are militant. They are radicalized, and I do condemn all violence.
all right. So that's a long way just to say yes. All right, cool. So
Yes, nuance.
Yeah, I didn't need the nuance in it. So with this war with Iran, Iran is the biggest sponsor to terrorist groups in the region, Hezbollah, as well as Hamas, the Houthis, all these countries that the Iranians, I'm sorry, that the Israelis have been fighting for the last 4 years now, since October 7th. Fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon, fighting the Houthis in Yemen, fighting Hamas in Israel. If we want free free Palestine, like everybody wants, I don't understand how the Free Palestine movement's not on board with this, cutting off the supplier to funding for Hamas to actually free their people. I don't understand that. You guys want free Palestine. You want the war to stop. You want the genocide to stop. And you want the Palestinian people to be free. One thing also, but they're not talking about the Iranians that are living under an oppressive regime, that their regime is unaliving or killing their people themselves, slaughtering their people in the streets to the tune of 30,000 before the United States got in there and started making attacks. But we'll sit here and complain about the civilians that were unalived in Palestine from the IDF because it is an oppressive regime. But we won't go after the ones who's funding Hamas, who's controlling Gaza for this war to continue. Once once Hamas is gone, I guarantee the war is going to stop, because who are they going to keep fighting? The Palestinian people? No, I don't think the Palestinian people are going to pick up weapons if they're so innocent. No, it's Hamas that they're fighting, not the Palestinian people. You cut off the funding, it all stops.
Can I say something? Can I say
Hold
something?
on. Let's get Kamal in here. Go ahead, Kamal.
No, I just want to shout somebody in the chat, man. King Align or whatever. Thank you for the gift, bro. Thank you for gifting. You feel me? We gotta start acknowledging when people be gifting on the chat. That's money right there. Appreciate
How do you know? I don't see it on my side.
You have to look on the phone view. I figured that out this week, that it doesn't show on StreamYard. So people be giving gifts. Like he gave another gift. Appreciate it, King. Appreciate everybody else that give gifts too, man. If y'all don't give donations, give gifts on the phone side of the game.
Give gifts.
I personally love gifts.
We
love
have
gifts. Yes.
a new party trip in April to make a documentary for y'all. So please At the end, you can donate. You can donate on small side as well. So please. Anyway, sorry.
Real quick, Lord, I just want to say.
Go ahead, Greg.
What a lot of people don't know is that Mossad actually wanted Hamas to win the election. If you go and look at their actual intel, it says that if Hamas is in control, we have a much better chance of getting the land from Gaza. Now, did they allow October the 7th to happen? That's highly debated, but Mossad does have intel, and this has been proven to be correct, that they felt like they would have a better chance at strategic military strategy if Hamas was in control and that the negative people were in control rather than people who could win the hearts and minds of people. I just wanted to add that.
I have one more clip, and then we're gonna move on to the final topic of the night. Enzo and my other Republican friend Lamb, this is for you. This is your favorite griper.
This stupid fucking ridiculous hat when I was in college, like an idiot. When I was 18, I had people threatening to kick my ass. I wore this in the cafeteria. I became a pariah, and look at what it has profited all of us. They said, no more endless wars. They said tariffs, mate, we're gonna win so big. They said, we're going to build a wall. Mexico will pay for it. It just got 10 feet taller. It was a lie. It was a lie. And hindsight is 20/20. All we can do is stop being suckers today. That's all we can do.
That's right,
We wanted to believe nobly. We had hope. We believed. We were wrong. I've been anti-Trump, critical of Trump for many, many years. All we can do is stop being suckered one single more day. I'm done. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm a Democrat and I'm in favor of feminism. I'm not left wing, but I'll play both sides. I'll give you an example. Sean
Perfect
McGuire.
timing for that comment.
Maybe you've never heard that name. You should. You should know it. Sean McGuire is a partner at Sequoia. Sequoia is one of the most powerful and most influential and largest venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. So venture capital makes these risky investments, hoping to find the next tech unicorn, hoping to find the next Google, and they raise money for these risky bets, investing in tech startups and increasingly defense technology. Sean McGuire is a Jew. His wife is Israeli. Children are Israeli. He is a lifelong Democrat, voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. After October 7th, 2023, when Israel came under attack, that guy became a Republican. He became a Trump supporter. Go figure. Lifelong liberal Democrat from San Francisco. Israeli wife, Israeli kids. He's a Jew. He's pro-Israel. He only invests his venture capital money into defense tech firms that he knows are going to be pro-Israel, by the way. That guy became a MAGA supporter after October 7th, 2023. Today, and by the way, so transparent. Why do you think that is? Today, I tweeted, I'm going to vote Democrat because I can play both sides too. Jews can play both sides. Other people can play both sides. I'm smarter than your average bear. I'm smarter than your average goy. I'm going to play both sides too. If Republicans don't do what I want, I'll go with the enemy. I'll go sleep with the best friend. You betray me. You don't do what I want you to do. You break your promises. I'll go to the other team. It doesn't mean I believe in them, but I'll go to them because I know they're going to fuck you. You know what Sean McGuire said? He goes, the Democrat Party is the party of Nick Fuentes. Now, riddle me this. Sean McGuire can be a Democrat his whole life. He can vote for Hillary Clinton. He can donate money to the Clinton campaign. He becomes a Republican when Israel's under attack. But when the GOP stops doing what they say they'll do, when they take us to war in Iran and they put America last, I can't now vote Democrat? Why not? He can play both sides. The Jew can play both sides. The pro-Israel crowd, they play both sides. When the Democrats are letting in all the immigrants to diminish white Christians, they're in favor of that. When Israel's under attack, they can switch up and they
He's
can
not
vote
Mexican.
Republican. And they could say, I'm not the real conservative. Nick Fuentes is not the real MAGA guy. Well, I don't know about you, Sean McGuire, but I knocked on doors for Trump in 2016. You can't say that. I took a van full of college volunteers to Manchester, New Hampshire.
Were they
in
all men?
October 2016 to knock on doors for Donald Trump.
There's nothing wrong with being
In a
gay.
MAGA hat the day after the Billy Bush tape dropped.
He is such a fucking
Okay,
liar.
I was there. I wrote articles for Regated, which was some MAGA peed outlet. And I went.
I've heard enough.
He's not
My
Mexican. On behalf of all Mexicans, Nick Fuentes is not Mexican.
I don't think he wants to be Mexican, but anyway.
they say, they say he is Mexican, though.
Come on,
like,
before I
in
let
Googles
the
and all that.
Republicans get in here, what do you
Yeah.
think about all what you've heard? He's now asking for them to switch sides, similar to the Black community. We were historically Democrat, but 20% of us did switch over to the Republican side, you know, collectively. I know FBAs like to change the definition, but yeah, nonetheless, what is your thoughts on this whole switch? Do you support it, or what do you think?
Man, I love this shit. Hey, Black Americans, take a note out this book, y'all. This is what we need to do. These motherfuckers be flip-flopping like a mug. If they don't go for your policies or what you want for your group, it's okay to flip-flop. You feel me? My favorite honky, man, Nick Fuentes, man. Keep doing your thing with your bad toupee, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my God, come on, you're hilarious. All right, Lamb, being quiet. What do you think about that clip?
First of all, you can't say that you're smarter than the average individual when this motherfucker forgot to end his stream and got caught looking at gay schmorn, okay? Let's take a break. Second of all, I have been beating my chest about this since AmFest. The conservatives and the Republicans need to stop giving this motherfucker oxygen. We need to stop allowing him to AmFest. We need to stop allowing
Why?
him
He
to
wasn't at
yes,
AmFest.
Yes, he was. He was most
He
certainly
wasn't
at
in the building.
He was not at the building, but he was holding stuff outside of it. But
Where?
they were
I never
people.
seen him. I was
People
there.
were still holding meetings.
Listen, y'all. I am part of Rise.
Find your
I
clips.
did not see him
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, this
I saw
absolutely
Myron.
happened.
But to give backstory, just so y'all know, the reason why Myron was there is because Myron is a donor. So he has to be like giving 30, 40. He was sponsored by a big donor, someone that's given a lot of money to be there.
Yeah, like this is my thing. We need to treat the groypers the same way that Democrats treat the far left. Put them in a box, put them in a storage container, lock the storage container, and forget they fucking exist. Stop giving them platforms. Stop giving them megaphones. Stop allowing them into meetings. Stop allowing them into cabinets. Stop allowing them to fucking exist and have a voice. Stop giving their groypers oxygen. Stop platforming them. Stop talking about them. Stop letting them exist. Because once you take this away, they just turn into another irrelevant, edgy 4chan wannabe cuckhead who lives in their mom's basement. They're all the same. They're all anti-Jewish, anti-black, anti-Latina. They're all racist, bigoted, uneducated, small-minded, lazy motherfuckers.
So why I keep talking about his clips, whether y'all like it or not, he is trending. He is being.
I know
talked
he's
about.
trending.
So I mean, I understand people are getting mad that I play his clips, but this is why I play his clips, because whether y'all like it or not, unfortunately, he's trending. He's getting millions of views. A lot of these young white boys look up to him. Whether I agree, actually, let me not even say white, because minority men like Andre do look up to him, and I'm not lying.
He's not always wrong, and I've always said that he's not always wrong.
For the record, I'm not saying take their freedom of speech away. What I'm saying is when we get to the big boy table and these meetings are happening at these conferences like AmFest and these political conferences like the RNC, where these big boy policy meetings are happening, don't let them through the fucking door. Don't allow them behind the scenes. Don't allow them to have a voice. Don't allow them to get in your ear.
I have
Because
to sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, you're
Let
good.
you guys go because I'm going through the border right now and I have to put my phone away. But Lamb Chop, I just want to give you a shout out. Thanks for acknowledging that the Democrats suppress the left. That's the fucking problem with the Democrats. They suppress the left because the Democrats
Kim,
are not left.
Thank you for coming. Be safe.
All right, Kimberly.
Bye.
Bye, love.
Bye. Now,
Bye.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Right now, I got the ICE number on speed dial, y'all. If y'all want to keep Kimberly over there until 1.
That's diabolical. Stop it.
Shout out to Kimberly. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
wait.
fucked
Before Enzo responds, I want to get Gray, the Democrat on the chat's opinion. Do you see a difference between the far right groypers and Republicans, or are they all the same to you? Tell the truth, because you be talking shit to me in the mornings when we talking politics.
Ask that again. Say it again.
Do you see the difference between the far right groypers and regular Republicans?
Yes. What I'll say with the groypers, I feel like it's more independent thinking. Like with MAGA, with conservatives, you can say, okay, they'll say one thing one day. If Trump comes out and says something different than that, they say something different than that. Whereas the far right, America First people, they're gonna say whatever. You can't really predict it. You can kind of predict what a MAGA person.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, do you think the Republicans and the groypers are all the same as far as racism? That's what I'm asking you. Don't try to dance around the question. Don't tap dance.
Okay, racism. Well, today, someone that works at Turning Point USA in Florida, basically another Nazi racist text group chat. So are we able to say, and Byron Donalds, who was running for governor in our state, actually condemned it, who Trump endorsed for a Republican candidacy. But how can I say within that chat, they said multiple negative things about black people, about killing black people, all types of stuff.
Let me say this. Let me say this. As somebody who is a woman of color, who went to Turning Point USA, who was actually there in those spaces, I have never felt more welcome, more loved, more accepted. I never felt any ounce of racism. I'm being honest with you. And the first time we went, there was something off when Charlie was there. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not blaming Charlie. I think Charlie was under a lot of pressure when we went to the first event that with me and you, Gray. But when I went in Arizona, white people, black people, Spanish people never felt anything. In fact, white people were jumping to talk to us when they knew we were part of Rise, when they saw we were minority conservatives. I never felt anything. But before I have Enzo answer, King Alon of Israel, thank you for becoming a member. Go ahead.
So my entire thing is with this. The far left and the far right are one and the same. I watched this clip earlier, actually. It was from Peaky Blinders, and it was explaining that the farther you go left, the farther you go right, the more you come back in a circle. And it's exactly the same. That's exactly what the far left is and exactly what the far right is. When it comes to Nick Fuentes, I just want to call him out for being one of the biggest liars that I've ever seen in my entire life. Saying you're a day one Trump supporter when you couldn't even vote in the 2016 election. Hilarious to me. You're a day one Trump supporter, as well as Andre, too. I'm going to call Andre out for that because both of you are younger than me. I just turned 18 in October of 2016. A month and a day before the election, I turned 18 and registered to vote. Y'all motherfuckers are a year younger than me. You're born in 98 and 99. Y'all ain't no day one Trump supporters. So for anyone of this America First group, which is hilarious to me as well, you're a Mexican. By descent, you're a Mexican. Tap dancing for white supremacists. What happens when the white supremacists get into power? What happens when the Nazis get into power? Because here's the thing. Yes, there were Spanish people and black people and people of color and people that were not the Aryan fucking race and white-eyed and blue eye or white hair and blue eyes with the Nazis too. You know what happens when they got into power and they used you to get into power? They fucking slaughtered you like they slaughtered everybody else that was not a part of that part of their race, their superior race. They are using you. They are using you. And to platform somebody like that, for somebody to come to the rise like they did, really makes me question the education in America, because the amount of, like I said the other night, when I'm just going to say it straight up, call him out, Andre, the amount of low IQ takes that I heard come out of this man's fucking mouth.
Can I be petty?
Literally made my head spin. Hold on. I'm sorry. The Groypers are the dumbest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life. And they are, in my eyes, I'm sorry, because a lot of them are of this age, products of No Child Left Behind. And like Lamb said, throw them out. And how about this? The left, for Nick to say that he's going to vote Democrat, I want the Democrats to get into power. I want the Democrats to get into power now, wholeheartedly, just so I can see all these motherfuckers go down with the ship. Because you think the Democrats are just going to let you in after everything you guys have been spewing for the last year or the last 10 years? No. You think censorship was bad in 2020 just for conservatives. Imagine what they're going to do to your racist ass. They're going to turn you into a piñata. That's what they're
I'm
going
going to
do.
let Lamb have the last word, but to your point, there are multiple chats of them dragging Myron Gaines and telling Myron, we don't want you here. We don't want your kind here. In fact, when Myron was there, you know what people, I will say, there were rumblings. People were like, we don't want him here. He's a degenerate Muslim. I will say, I did hear people say that. They didn't want him there. They don't want him around. So anyways, keep going.
Was it the piss smell?
Huh? Myron?
Was it the piss smell? You know he drink camel piss, right?
First of all, he was there with that broke-faced girl. She had a busted face, and he thought she was so damn cute.
Listen, it brings me great joy knowing that Andre is a Groyper. You know what my favorite part of the other day was?
Look from software.
What? Skynet, is that you?
I don't think Andre is a Groper. I don't think he is one.
He is. He's admitted he was.
Yeah. So you know what my favorite thing?
Oh, we need to confirm this. I don't know if Andre considers himself. We gonna ask.
Listen,
Sunday.
from the other night. Remember when
Sunday night, we're hosting a debate? It's Andre versus Ohaji, aka Syncopal Black Theory. That's a shameless plug, but keep going.
Remember when Andre told me I didn't know shit about geopolitics? Remember when he said I was wrong and I didn't know shit? And would you look at that? I happened to be scrolling Newsmax, and I saw a clip from Carl Higbie echoing every goddamn fucking thing I said in that episode to a T. To a fucking T.
You can't let him get under your skin, Lamb.
It's not under my skin. I just love being right. Listen, it's not about him getting on my skin. It's about he's now fed my ego. Feed my ego. Please tell me how I'm wrong on geopolitics. So again, I can see in 3 days somebody else on Fox News or CNN or One America, like any of the cable news network, echoed the same thing that I've been beating my chest about on TikTok for the past 4 months regarding the entire geopolitical landscape. Please.
Well, we're gonna switch gears because I know Greg wants to move on. I can tell. Greg wants to talk about this. This is first crush ever. Yeah. Britney Spears.
This is heartbreaking.
This is
It's
so
my first
sad.
crush. I'll admit it.
Yeah, I love Britney Spears. Free Britney. We was yelling that. Should we have freed her? I don't know. We're gonna answer that tonight. Here's Britney Spears. Very sad what's happening with Britney Spears. Here's a recap.
Britney Spears was arrested Wednesday night, according to information from Ventura County, California authorities. Booking information obtained by CNN shows that the pop star was stopped by the California Highway Patrol around 9:30 p.m. and was booked shortly after 3 a.m. Thursday and later released. Her vehicle was towed, according to the arrest information. Spears is scheduled to appear in court on May 4th. CNN has reached out to reps of Spears for comment, as well as the Ventura County Sheriff's Office.
Gray, you were actually the one that told me about Britney Spears being arrested. What's your thoughts?
Well, all of us know about the conservatorship, and then there's a whole Free Britney movement, and then a lot of the women followed the conspiracy theories and said Britney Spears was dead. So, like, to know she's still alive is a good thing, and we saw her acting crazy on Instagram. But I think this goes into more of the conservatorship question, because we know her, Bam, I forgot his last name, from Jackass. What's his
Bam
name?
Margera.
Bam Margera, he was under one. Wendy Williams, and we know all three of them were upset that they were under one. So I thought we had to look at more of these conservatorships that's been put on these celebrities, and if people are stealing their money, because I know Britney Spears' dad was taking the money. I think Bam girlfriend was taking money with Whitney Williams. It was her ex-husband and her son.
Yeah, and this is the 911 call, guys. I have the exclusive 911 call. Very sad. Poor Britney. Here we go.
From all parts, seat 82252, eastbound 118 East Yosemite, black sedan, erratic braking, swerving, and driving with no tail light.
483, I copy. I'm in the area, eastbound at Cooner. Okay, attach my please.
So you're in the area. From all parking, it's 22103 northbound 101 from Rancho Road, a black BMW sedan, in and out of lanes and near TCs, now speeding. Clear on a 2016 BMW convertible out of LA.
475, I'm lane south of.
75 copies. The second unit, you recovered. Go ahead.
Detail.
QTL. I copy. Southbound 101, number 2 and 3 closed, just south of Seaward to north of telephone.
5475, UTL with Flynn. I'm going to DOL here just for a moment, just in case there's someone behind me. 2483, if that was for the BOL, I heard it exited at Pleasant Valley. 5475, I'm UTL 98.
So, guys, I don't know if you know this, but there is a rumor, Kamal, and I'm going to have you go next. There's a rumor that Britney Spears is really not Britney Spears. The videos that she posts, people say that they're like really old looking. She's never really done an interview since the mid 2000s. Is this really Britney Spears? And people are saying it in the chat right now. Kamal, what's your thoughts? Should she have been free too?
So we doing the whole Jamie Foxx shit. So she a fake goddamn clone. Okay. First of all, Metalcore Blondie, thank you for the gifts. She gave some gifts and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, the reason why I'm laughing is maybe we got this wrong, y'all. She probably should have been in. What's under a conservatorship? She need to be under something.
She needs something. I think the conservatorship was evil, guys. Let me give backstory real quick, Kamal, to answer your question. The conservatorship was evil. They were saying she was mentally incompetent to control her finances, to control her life, but they were forcing her to work. They were forcing her to do events. They were forcing her to still show up to things. She had no freedom. She couldn't choose what medications to take. So I'll say this, Kamal, you're right. I think there should have been restrictions lifted, but I think she needed help. And unfortunately, at the time when she was taken off the conservatorship, and I'll play that clip next, she was still in a relationship with her ex-husband. So the fans were like, well, her ex-husband can take care of her. And then like a year after, they got a divorce. But here we go.
Yeah, I think it should have been some type of restrictions, you feel me? And at the end of the day, Britney Spears already told us she was toxic. We should have listened. You feel me? But damn, man. Britney Spears, man. Damn.
Leave Britney alone. Leave Britney alone. That video is still stuck in my head.
It's very sad. I mean, this
it
is
is kind of sad
about the conservatorship, because I know you have questions, Kamal, so I'll play it and then let you respond to it.
Who isn't on Instagram right now, either her account was deleted or she deleted it, posted this on Twitter with no context. And if you clicked it, it was a 22-minute video, no visuals, just an audio note, paused a lot of times throughout, saying anything and everything what everyone thought she would do on an Oprah exclusive or at a TV exclusive. The problem is the video is not on YouTube anymore, but I literally took notes on the entire 22-minute video. So here we go. This is going to be a long video, so stick with me, but I'm going to try and include everything in this. Britney's conservatorship started 16 years ago. She said she spoke to her doctor in a British accent, and then 3 days later, the SWAT team arrived and helicopters were overhead of the house. The night before, she was having a sleepover with her friend, and the next day, her mom was like, people are going to be at the house today, and 4 hours later, 200 paparazzi were outside, videotaping her through the window of an ambulance being held down on the stretcher. Those pictures and those videos very much exist, but I will not post that here because it's just like, now that no. She said it was all premeditated, and this woman gave her dad the idea because her dad loved power. Britney said her dad was abusive toward her brother when they were growing up, and he loved anything and everything to be in control. Britney said her mom helped it happen.
So now that you hear the details of the conservatorship, Kamal, should it have been lifted? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it should have been lifted. It should have been something, like I said, something under the conservatorship. Like, what's the notch below? Because it was kind of fucked up what that conservatorship was about and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So restrictions most definitely needed to be happening because we seen what's happening now. You feel me? But what they were doing, Britney Spears with that conservatorship, I'm gonna blame Justin Timberlake, and that's all I have to say.
And I will say there was some trauma. There are rumors allegedly she had an AB when she was with Justin. That's what made her go crazy. This is detail regarding her last serious relationship, her husband.
His husband, Sam Asghari, has filed for divorce from the singer after 14 months of marriage and nearly 7 years together. The two met on the set of Spears' Slumber Party music video in 2016 and began dating shortly thereafter. The couple announced their engagement in September of 2021, just 2 months before Spears was freed from her conservatorship, which controlled her life for more than 13 years. Spears said her desire to marry Asghari was one of the reasons she wanted to end the conservatorship, which she said was preventing it. They then had a small but star-studded wedding ceremony in June of 2022 that included guests like Madonna, Selena Gomez, and Paris Hilton. A month before the wedding, Spears and Asghari shared that she had a miscarriage after revealing she was pregnant the previous month. Spears has not yet publicly addressed the reported split. Her most recent Instagram post, published after the news broke, only discussed her plans to buy a horse.
Gray, what do you think about all of this? Was this a fake relationship? Did he abandon her? What do you think?
I watched a documentary, and when I was watching a documentary, I was like, I don't feel like he's really into her. Like how Izzo said, she was his first crush. A lot of people like Britney Spears back in the day. She does not look like what she did back in the day. I don't know what happened with her. And like you said, she was working. They had her working in Vegas, doing all this stuff. And what's his name? Kevin Federline is the father of her children. So she was worried about seeing her kids, and he was like trying to not let her see the kids and her sons. So she went through a lot of stuff. I mean, it's extremely sad, but I think we need a real synopsis on what happens to all these celebrities, because these celebrities, they're famous for a while, and then when they get older and we forget about them, they completely fall apart. Like addiction.
And fun fact, Sam Asghari is Iranian. Was he her handler? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just playing.
Britney's a Mossad agent, confirmed.
Yeah,
Stop
I'm just
it.
playing. But we got to put our tinfoil kufi hats on. This is what Jaguar Wright had to say about her.
Clive Davis, Lou Taylor.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on Lou Taylor?
She's a witch. And she should be strung alive for what she done to Britney Spears' life.
Do you believe that Britney was trafficked to Diddy and
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of those girls, all of those Mickey Mouse girls, including Christina Aguilera, all of them, all of these children have been trafficked. Part of the reason why they can't tell you is because they were drugged when most of what was happening to them was happening. And what they have left are the memories and the nightmares. Now, they think they're just bad dreams, but they're memories. And because they've been drugged and they've been handled and they've been shrunk to death, they don't know what to believe, but they can feel it.
And the mind control breaks. The memories do come back eventually, even if they're drugged and mind controlled in the body. The cells in your body remember.
The muscle memory.
Exactly.
Of the trauma.
I have who's Lou Taylor?
So Lou Taylor was, I think, a manager of hers. I'm gonna have Enzo go next. Enzo, what do you think about everything you've heard? Do you think she was abused by the industry? And while I'll look it up while Enzo's responding.
My entire thing with this is it's a shame because I grew up and like I said, Britney Spears was my first crush. I love her to death. I love her music. It's a shame what has happened to her because of conservatorships. And the same thing with Bam Margera. Ironically, I actually have a heartogram tattooed on my hand because of Bam Margera. Big influence of mine growing up to see both of them go through some type of conservatorship and lead to, I mean, Bam's having a good comeback, so I wouldn't say their demise, but with Britney, like the last video I saw, she was sitting there dancing with knives in her hand. Like she's a mess. She's all over the place. I don't know if it's because of drugs or whatever it is, or like everyone tries to say that this is Britney 2.0 and she's not real. Just like how people said the same thing about Avril Lavigne a long time ago, that Avril Lavigne died and this is the new person or whatever. I don't know. The industry is weird. The music industry is very, very shady when it comes down to pop stars explicitly. You don't really see this a lot from like rock bands or anything like that, mostly, or even rappers, really. You just see it with pop stars. Like something always just goes haywire or something. They run out of money, go crazy, whatever it is. So I'm just going to say that this is just a product of the conservatorship as well as the music industry itself, plaguing them and not allowing them to live their full lives for whatever reasons, mentally, or it's literally just somebody holding over something over their head and making them do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, not just that. That's a very good point. And so this is the testimony she gave during her conservatorship.
Honest with you, I haven't been back to court in a long time because I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily. I'll recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney.
Ms. Spears, I hate to interrupt you, but my court reporter is taking down what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you have to speak a little more slowly.
Of course, yes. Okay, I apologize. Great.
Everything you're saying.
Okay.
Sure. Now,
the people who did this to me should not get away and to be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney, so out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. When I came off that tour, a new show in Las Vegas was supposed to take place. I started rehearsing early, but it was hard because I'd been doing Vegas for 4 years and I needed a break in between. But no, I was told this is the timeline and this is how it's going to go. I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week, half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I was basically directing most of the show with my whereabouts, where I preferred to rehearse and actually did most of the choreography, meaning I taught my dancers my new choreography myself. I take everything I do very seriously. There's tons of video with me at rehearsals. I wasn't good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating in rehearsals and I never agreed to take my medication, which my medication is only taken in the mornings, never at rehearsal. They don't even see me. So why are they even claiming that? When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management and my dancers and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move. I was told by my, at the time, therapist, Dr. Benson, who died, that my manager called him in that moment and told him I wasn't cooperating or following the guidelines in rehearsals. And he also said I wasn't taking my medication, which is so dumb because I've had the same lady every morning for the past 8 years give me my same medication, and I'm nowhere near these stupid people. It made no sense at all. There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the New Vegas show, I don't have to, because I was getting really nervous. I said, I can wait. It was like, they told me I could wait. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me when they said I don't have to do the show anymore, because I was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad. And my dad he acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away.
So people had questions regarding her arrest. I want to give you guys some details before I allow Lamb to go. She was arrested last night in Ventura County, California on suspicion of driving under the influence. It's about 40 miles northeast or northwest of Los Angeles, reportedly on the 101 freeway. What led to the arrest? Police received 911 calls reporting a black BMW driving erratically at high speed. Witnesses said the vehicle was swerving and braking unpredictably, and she was pulled over around 9 p.m. She showed periods of impairment and performed field sobriety tests. She was suspected of DUI, taken to the hospital for a blood draw. Her BMW was impounded and a substance was found in her car, was reportedly tested. So she was booked around 3 a.m. and she has been released, guys, at 6 a.m. under cite and release process. So we're still waiting for the mugshot, still waiting for more details. Lamb, what's your thoughts on all this?
I mean, listen, first of all, it's super sad. Second of all, I don't know how many of these conservatorships we need to hear about being super shady and horrible to these people before, like, there has to be some kind of, A, there just needs to be a wider investigation into this, but B, like, there needs to be new legislation and new laws for conservatorship. Because I feel like every year we're hearing a new situation. Like just a few months ago was that whole Wendy Williams situation where she was essentially trapped in like a New York City skyrise. Like at some point, when do we start like looking into these things? When do we start looking to set like strict guidelines, strict legislation? And obviously she needs some kind of help. Yeah, like listen, it's clear that she's struggling with some kind of addiction and some kind of mental unwellness. And that she does need to go seek that help. And I hope she does get it. But it's also crystal clear that a lot of these conservatorships that these people are getting into, especially at such a young age, are taking advantage of them and screwing them in the long run.
I agree.
For y'all, is most of the conservatorship of like child actors and child singers and stuff like that, or is it?
I mean, Wendy Williams wasn't. And sad conclusion to Wendy Williams. She wanted to get out, and her father recently died 2 weeks ago. So she didn't get out before he died because that was the whole reason why she said she wanted to come out. But guys, this was a fun show. Make sure you guys, if you're watching for the first time, you hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Lamb, thank you for coming as our guest. You can say your closing thoughts first.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I listen, guys. It is voting season. There are primaries. Do your homework. Do your due diligence as an American. familiarize yourself with the candidates. Texas just had theirs. I think there's another state coming up in a few weeks. If you don't like what's going on in America, the only way we can change it is to vote. Do your homework. Stop being lazy. As far as the Iran thing is a big wait and see for me. I'm all for it. Obviously, I don't want it to go, like I said the other night, multiple months. And yeah, just be aware and stay safe, y'all.
Thank you, Lamb. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
So my closing thoughts were this was a very good episode, like always. What can I say? Leave Britney alone, free Britney. That's the most important thing that I really spoke about tonight. Iran, take it or leave it. It is what it is. It's happening. You can't go back now. I don't realistically see this. I said it on my live earlier. The Pentagon did state that they're possibly looking at this as a conflict until September of this year. I realistically do not think it's going to go past September. I'm sorry. I don't realistically think it's going to go past April. Mid-April is my prediction that this will be winding down. That's when this is all going to be done. What else did and then I came in at the tail end of the Pam Bondi I'm sorry, not Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem situation. My thing is this this is for Donald Trump, and if you're not Donald Trump, you can swipe away right now. Why the hell have you not fired Pam Bondi yet, but you fired Kristi Noem? We need to talk. I'm mad at Trump. Can you go kidnap another dictator? Like, if Trump goes and kidnaps another dictator, I'll stop being mad at him. But until he does that, I'm mad at him for firing Kristi Noem before Pam Bondi. Y'all have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. But before we go to the next person, guys, we have a debate this Sunday. Andre and Simple Black Theory, aka Ohaji. He was here. Enzo's two favorite people. So come back Sunday.
What time? Tell people what time.
8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. So 5 p.m. if you're on the West Coast, 6 p.m. if you're in Arizona, 7 p.m. if you're in Central. So, yes. All right. Here we go. Come on.
This was a great ass episode. You feel me? Learning a lot of stuff. Appreciate everybody in the chat. The chat was real cool today. You feel me? We had a real mild chat. I appreciate y'all. You feel me? Appreciate everybody that gave gifts too. Also hit the notification bell of the new party so you know when we go live. Also hit a like and a share, repost, all that good jazz. And if you want to come over on my end, Kamal Johnson Network, hit me with a sub. Also hit that notification bell. Also, Lamb, appreciate you hopping on again. You feel me? And y'all go follow Enzo too. He be having some lives on TikTok and stuff like that. You feel me? First thing I'm gonna talk about, these conservatorships, man. I don't know. I'm like, how do people get in this shit, yo? And it's like the way these conservatorships be running seems like it's always bullshit. You feel me? So I know Britney Spears was going through some shit or whatever, but for her to be in a conservatorship like that and getting all effed over like that ish is wild. You feel me? And then, we talked about Wendy Williams and Bam Margera and stuff like that. Like these conservatorships, man, Lamb got a point. We're gonna have to look into them and kind of reconstruct the laws in them shits. You feel me? With the Iran-Israel shit, I agree with Enzo. I think this shit gonna die. Hell, I think this might die down the beginning of April, man. Cause like I'm seeing right now, y'all in the stock market, y'all should be buying some shit. You feel me? Cause that shit's on sale. But I don't think Donald Trump gonna let this last too long because, as you can see, gas prices are rising, and I don't think he want the stock market to like crash. You feel me? And then last but not least, Kristi Noem, that's real women empowerment. Using the taxpayer dollars to get some side dick. Appreciate you. Do your thing. Other than that, y'all have a lovely weekend.
That's funny. Gray, what's your closing thoughts?
I only got one question. MAGA, explain this. No transgender mutilation surgery for children without an express written approval of the parents.
Fake news. Fake news.
I need that explained. I need that explained.
Doctoring stuff. This is how desperate the Democrats are, guys. We are in a war with the Democrats. Desperate. That's the real war.
There's no way that was a typo. There's no way he accidentally wrote that. MAGA, I can't hear anything about transgender stuff again. Trump came out and put that out. He did edit it and change it to not at all. But I feel like I'm in an upside down world. I never thought I was going to see Trump come out and say, hey, we're just, the legals are good workers. They're good people. Never thought I'd see the trans stuff. I'm just shocked. I don't know what's going on with Trump right now. Appreciate it, Dizzy. Like we always say on the new party, always vote.
I don't know why Gray is shocked. President Trump is the president of all Americans. And what's so great about President Trump is he was once a Democrat, once a liberal, and now he's come to the right side, the conservative side. And he acknowledges he represents all Americans. And I want to leave you with this, guys. Guys may be seeing me on the BBC soon. Fingers crossed. Got some things in the works with them. So more to come. Conversations are happening. And if that door opens, I'll represent what I always try to represent here. Honest discussion and a deep love for America. I love this country. I think my entire team does as well. I'm grateful for the freedoms we have. And I pray for the safety of every American service member currently deployed around the world. May God bless and protect our troops, guide our leaders, and bring peace to whatever conflict is unfolding. I also want to say this about Britney Spears. We pray for her. Fame can be heavy. Life can be complicated, guys. I pray she finds sobriety, healing, and the help she needs. Everyone deserves a path towards restoration and a healthy future. Free Britney. But most importantly, she find peace and strength. On the political front, I've spent time looking deeper. I learned something new into the deportation numbers. I didn't know Trump was the best. So shout out to that. Proves that President Trump is living up to what we voted him in to do. And there's a lot of debate out there, but I still believe leadership matters, and I still have faith in the direction of the Trump administration. The future is bright if we stay engaged, stay informed, and keep working towards solutions. At the end of the day, faith, freedom, and responsibility still means something in America. I believe better days are ahead. God bless America. God bless our troops, and God protect them as well. We'll see you next time. And come back Sunday, guys.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an act of genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to Pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
We got to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the new party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.